What's up, y'all? This is Franchise Playback with episode 9 of Breaking the Curse. And I'm going to tell you right now, look, you know this is starting off a little bit different. We're still in spring training. I promise y'all this was the last spring training episode, but somebody in the crib kicked a cord out of the wall, so part of what I was recording got eliminated. So you're going to see the highlights in a little bit of a different way. We started off against the Cleveland Indians, right? Got to go through the highlight reel because the capture device was lost in translation or something, whatever. Home run by Pedro Rizzo, not Pedro Rizzo, by Anthony Rizzo. Puts us up 1-0. Carlos Lee getting the start. You see, look at the mountains and the desert in the background. Beautiful. Carlos Lee goes deep, 2-0 Cubs. We are bombing these boys. And Mike Trout was for real. You understand me? He was a beast in this game. The double down the left field line scores another run. We got a 3-0 lead at this point, but we ain't done. Yasmani Grandal goes into the gap. One hops the wall, you dig it. Bounce off the wall, RBI double. That makes it 5-0. And when my bats explode, you see the somebody kick the cord out the wall. You understand? But they do get on the board. Little base hit down the left field line. Gets a run home. Gets 2 runs home, actually. 5-2. Jay Bruce is acting a fool in left field. We don't know what happened. But coming right back. Yasmani Grandal going back to that gap because the gap was good to him. RBI double. 7-2 Cubs. Wowzy, woo-woo. We are doing it. You understand me? Here, they were trying to come back a little bit. We induced a ground ball. Yes, you gotta love it. You gotta love that. The double play, 4-6-3 to get out of a tough jam, right? But our bats wasn't done. I told you Mike Trout was a fool, right? He goes to that same gap. Boy, that's a beautiful gap. It is beautiful, and the Cubs just keep going. 2-run double for Trout makes it 9-5. Now we back with live action, and Carlos Lee is like, look here. I got something that I want to explain to everybody. Runner on base, he's already running because he know ain't nobody going to catch it. He was actually a little premature with that, but not called. Goes off the wall. Carlos Lee like, I'm big, I'm slow, but I still got in here for a triple. Don't know how because the ball looked like it beat him, but it ends up being an RBI triple for Carlos Lee. Scores Anthony Rizzo. That made the score 10-5 in the 9th inning. Big Heath Bell comes on with the curveball strikeout. And you didn't see it, but John Lester started this game. And that was it. We win this game. Biggest offensive output of the spring for us. And we hoping this is leading to something big. Mike Trout hit his first. I mean, he had his best game. You know what I'm saying? He really had his best game, I think. I mean, he's been hitting pretty good, but that was his best game of the spring. And we just hoping that he continues that on, right? Moving on into this second game. Now, you'll notice that here generally I have a little bit of sound in the background. Part of the problem, you understand me, people messing with stuff, they tearing it up. CC Sabathia is on the mound. He walks everybody in America. And look at the baby gazelle getting the steal even through the pitch out. Now that's speed. But I told you CC Sabathia couldn't find the strike zone with a GPS. You see, he walks Cabrera, then walks Trout. That sets up Jay Bruce, and you know how he do. RBI single brings home the baby gazelle without a problem. Trout over the third, runners at the corners. But we got the early lead. We couldn't get nothing out of that, at that point. But later on in the game, we're up 2-0. Top of the third inning, Mike Trout is up. Now, Mike Trout has not hit a home run all spring. Until now. Get deep. Get out of here. Off of CC Sabathia, Mike Trout goes deep. He waited until the last episode of spring training to hit a home run. But after the game he had in the first game of this episode and then this, oh yeah, we're excited. Giovanni Gallardo, yes, strikes out Kelly Johnson there, but he ain't done. Chris Young, you can sit down right with him. Matching cushions. And then this guy is a rookie, just a fat guy, but he can run. But it doesn't matter because you can't run if you strike out. You can sit down right next to them. Strikes out the side. Here we go in the bottom of the fourth inning, though. Josh Willingham says, you will not strike me out. I am going yard. He goes out of the park. Opposite field home run. Hey, Gallardo's not perfect, even though he was pitching a whale of a game. 3-1 though. 5th inning. Run on first base. Jay Bruce. Hey, we gonna steal. We know Jay Bruce can hit, but Mike Trout is on fire right now. He's still seconds, trying to get the runner in the scoring position for Jay Bruce, But you know what? It doesn't really matter so much, because if you're gonna do that, wild pitch. Actually, Jay Bruce struck out, but the wild pitch allows Trout to move over to third base. Runners at the corners. 3-1, we leading. Top of the 5th inning. Here comes the pitch to Yasmani Grandal, but Grandal can't get anything happening. He hits into a double play. We squander an opportunity to score right there. Top of the 6th inning, Carlos Lee up. This time the runner's on first base again. Carlos Lee down the line, up against the wall. Here comes the runner. He was thinking about trying to score, but there's no way in the world he would have made that. Carlos Lee is hitting the ball well off the bench. Runners on second and third. Mike Trout up. We still didn't get anything out of that. Runners on second and third, we still didn't get nothing out of that. But Mike Trout is like, you know what? I'm having a day. Now, you see, I already hit the home run. This is a triple. I mean, he's inching ever so close to that cycle. He's close. Run on third base, top of the 7th inning. Jay Bruce up. All we need is a fly ball. That's all we need is a fly ball, Jay. But he said, you know what? I'm going to hit a fly. I'm going to hit a sky. Hit this out there by the barbecue food. Somebody throw a shrimp on the barbie. This boy knocked the window out of the barbecue house. That's one of the nastiest no-doubters that I have hit this entire spring training. Yeah, you just take that ball and just do something with it, homie, because that was nasty. Chris Young is up, though. Now look at this play. Now Mike Trout, I was, giving him all types of praise, but what in the world? Mike, come on, Mike. The sun is in his eye. He got sunglasses on, but apparently he still could not see that, because he dove into the wall like one of them kids got to wear a helmet. So I don't know what's wrong with him. 5-2, Gallardo's back up to it. He's back up to his old trick. Sits this guy down again. Strikeout. I think that was his 3rd strikeout of the game. Here we are on the top of the 9th. We need an insurance run, and you know who can do that. You might as well start calling Jay Bruce State Farm, because he is so good with insurance. So good with it. RBI double for Bruce. This guy, I'm like, man, save some of this for the regular season, please. Bottom of the 9th inning, 2-2 count, ground ball, and that actually, that looked like a ground ball, but they said that it was it was hit on the flat, but I could have swore that was a ground ball. It doesn't matter. We'll take it. Gallardo is very happy after a quality outing. And I'm thinking my pitching staff is looking like we are getting our stuff together. You see, look at this 3 for 3 day, 3 runs scored, a triple, a home run, an RBI. Wow, he couldn't have really had much of a better day. Trout was just beastly. 6-2, we win this, and don't look now. We've won the first 2 games of this episode. Yeah. Now, I told y'all before, this is going to be 4 games covered in this episode to ensure that it is the last episode of spring training. So the next episode, which will be episode 10, will kick off the regular season, opening day. And I know I'm behind, but act like you didn't see all that baseball that's been played this month. Top of the 1st inning, Michael fires. That's not what we want you to do, Michael. Howie Kendrick goes to opposite field. That one's gone. Home run. We are losing to the Kansas City Royals early on. 1-0. Yeah. Dale Swaim's not happy with that. But bottom of the 1st inning, Everth Cabrera up at the plate. Ichiro Suzuki is already on base. He steals second. Now you know what that means. Anytime to start the game off, Ichiro gets to second base, we are going to let the baby gazelle lay one down, because he's good at it. And sometimes it turns into a hit. Not this time, but he gets the job done, getting the runner over to third. Mike Trout up, 1-2 count, bottom of the 1st inning, still with Ichiro on third. Mike Trout lined this one to right field. He's going to test it. Throw way up the line. Ichiro slides in, sacrifice fly, and just that quick, this game is tied at 1. All right, moving into the top of the 2nd inning, Michael fires. This ball is flown deep into left center field. Jay Bruce runs it down, gets out of a jam there. Fires was battling all game. Game still tied at 1. Aoki Aoki, nothing. Aoki, you sit down. Strike out. Michael fires. Sit down, boy. We ain't playing with you. Top of the third inning. Here's another strikeout. Big time strikeout. He gets Garrett Jones swinging. Michael fires. All we really wanted him to do was do 6 innings, with 2 runs or less. And so far he's doing that. Bottom of the third inning, the baby Cazale. Ground ball up the middle. That's going to be a base hit. Ichiro trying to go to third. Ichiro, get down in the dirt. And they say he's out. I could have swore his hand was in there before that, but they called him out. I couldn't believe it. I'm very distraught about it. Top of the 4th inning, though, Fires is in a real jam. This one's flown deep to center field. Bases were jammed. They going to tag up. Mike Trout got a good arm, but it ain't that good. And that's going to be a run scored there. And, yeah, we're down now, 2-1. But Jay Bruce is up, bottom of the 4th inning. And, Jay Bruce is a complete fool. Goes deep again. Save some of this for the regular season, Jay. He is leading the world in spring training home runs. You understand? 11 spring training home runs. 11 home runs in 25 games, man. That's crazy. Run on first base. Jamie Carroll is on the verge of losing his job, but he does get an infield single there. We are really contemplating whether or not I need to do something about second base, because this is really just a dead spot in the lineup, and he ain't like Robbie Alomar in the field, so we got to worry about him. But here it is, nobody out. Runners on first and second. Michael Fire still in the game. He lays the bunt down. They throw him out, but no problem because you move 2 guys in the scoring position. 1 out with runners on second and third. Ichiro comes up. Can he come up with a hit that breaks the ties? 2-2? Yes, he can. Singles in the left field. Gets 1 run home. Forced to hold up at third there, but runners at the corners. We've taken the lead 3-2. Cabrera comes up. Runners still at the corners, of course. Ground ball. That one is dove and caught by Moustakas. Tried to turn the double play, could not handle the throw at first base. Cabrera beats it out and gets an RBI on the ground out. That's speed for you. That's speed. That's what speed does. 4-2, bottom of the 5th inning, runner on first again. This is Jay Bruce. Rips this one, base hit. Look at this, trying to score. Ichiro is the fastest dude that gets gunned out at the plate so often. I mean, I know that ball was hit hard and I didn't get much of a jump, but wow. Top of the 6th inning is 4-2. Michael Fires still in the game, doing his thing. Double play. Cabrera. Look at that. Carroll and Cabrera turning the double play. Nice. Brantley grounds into it. He not happy with himself. 1-2 count, and then we're out of the jam as Fires his. I mean, he did what I asked him to do. He came on and gave up, only 2 runs in 6 innings, and that's what I wanted. Now, here we go. We bring in Matt Thornton because we're like, okay, left-handed specialist. But I'm going to tell you, he has not done what we want him to do at all. He's not been impressive. Against Moustakas, Moustakas gets the clutch hit. That made it 4-3. So we need insurance runs, right? Jay Bruce is up to bat. Ground. This one, base hit. And I'm telling you, State Farm strikes again. This dude is money when we need insurance most of the time. He has some bad at bats, but for the most part, he's doing his thing. Drives in Ichiro, gives us another run. It's 5-3. Joe Nathan on for the save. Joe Nathan getting it done. Getting it done, baby. Strikeout looking. Sit down. Go and talk to somebody. Go see a counselor. It's a strikeout. We get 3 wins. Won the first 3 games of this episode. Has that ever... Maybe I need to have somebody kick the cord out of the capture device a lot more. Ichiro gets the player of the game, 4 for 4, 2 runs scored, a double, a RBI, stolen base. Whoa. Game 4, trying to go for the complete episode sweep. I've never had that. Never. Edison Volquez on the mound, taking on Anibal Sanchez from the Mariners. I remember when Sanchez threw the no-hitter when he was with the Marlins. That might be the only good start of his career. I'm sure that's not the case. But anyway, the Mariners are 16-6. The Cubs, we are 11-13 coming into this matchup. Last game of the spring. We want to end it on a good note. They got us out here in the night game. Bottom of the 2nd inning, Alexi Ramirez up to bat. We getting out of this jam. Minor jam. There wasn't a lot of runs scored in this game. I'm going to tell you that right now. Wasn't a lot of runs. Runners at the corners. This ball is tapped. Right back to the pitcher, trying to turn the double play. Could not do it. The runner on third scores the first run of the game. Volquez was pitching pretty good, but that was just a kind of an unfortunate thing. Now he's getting tired already. Jeff Keppinger, he hurt us in the last game we played against them, and he hurts us again. This single down the left field line scores their second run, makes it 2-1 Mariners. So the issue with the bats has kind of creeped back up and gotten to us again here, because here we are late in the game and we have not scored a run. Not even really threatened. But here we are in the top of the 8th. Run on first. Carlos Lee still hot. Gapping it, baby. This one is more center field than left, but it still works out. Here comes the runner around the score in the end of the plate without a throw. Standing up, Carlos Lee with the RBI double gets us on the board. Hey, we got to find a place for him, but here we are in the top of the 9th, 3-2 count. Jay Bruce swinging and missing. Ugh. He's not perfect. He's not Superman, y'all. He's not Superman. Anthony Rizzo's last opportunity, and he grounds to second base, and that ain't what you want. Well, you can't win them all, I suppose. At least not even all in the episode. We lose this one, the 4th game of this episode. Sanchez must have got mad because of the joke I just told about him. He went 5 innings, only gave up 3 hits, no runs, walked 1, struck out 2. Had a great game. Now this is the schedule coming up. We start off against the Pirates to start the season on April 1st. April Fool's Day. Hopefully we don't make a fool out of ourselves. Here is our final spring training record, 11-14. I told you I was going to play through the whole spring training. I did it. Told you I was going to play through the whole season. I'm going to do that too. Thank you for watching the spring training episode. Y'all stay tuned for the real deal when the regular season starts in the next episode. Peace.